Hey, this is Seth with Electrek, and today we're going to take a look at VW, the Volkswagen ID.4. Volkswagen gave us a 36-hour first drive review. Unfortunately, it snowed a lot during that time period. This is a rear-wheel drive first edition, so it doesn't have great traction. We had some trouble getting up the snow-covered hills with the rear-wheel drive. Fortunately, Volkswagen is coming out with a all-wheel drive version. So let's take a look. One thing I do like about this car, some of the neat little tricks that it has. For instance, if you want to open the trunk, you gotta make sure it's unlocked, but if it's unlocked, you just kick it like so. And there you go. Pretty big trunk room, similar size to a Mustang Mach-E or a Model Y Tesla. You also see the doorway through, so if you want to throw a snowboard or some skis back there, that's certainly appreciated. It does have some of the nice room on the sides here as well. I think you could probably fit a nice big folding bike in here, and if you put the seats down, you could probably fit a regular size bike. Another thing I like, so I'm coming off a Tesla and a Ford Mach-E, some normal doorknobs, or door handles. You just open it like you open a door. It's kind of interesting. This is the first edition, so it's got the white steering wheel and white background here. One thing I don't quite like is that it has the the gear shifter drive, and then regenerative drive is the second one, which that's quite annoying to me. You can also see Apple CarPlay in action, running Google Maps. It also runs Android Auto quite well. We've had some time to play with that. Most people use CarPlay or Android Auto as their main interface into the car, and here it works really well. It's got all my apps. I'm a big Spotify listener, but it has its own navigation system, which works from the steering wheel here, which is nice. It actually isn't too shabby. It's a little bit better than some of the other car navigation systems I've used. This OS in particular is going to see a big update before these hit the road. So they're going to be updated via USB probably by Volkswagen, and then that update should be able to take over-the-air updates. So in the future, Volkswagen says it's going to have plug-in charge available, for instance, or some other center stack kind of stuff. We're going to see that over the air. So Volkswagen also has a nice speedometer here. It also shows you turn by turn on this screen, which I think is really nice. With Tesla and the Mach-E, you have the big thing right here. And this is kind of both. For when you're driving, you're kind of looking here. One thing that's going to be annoying for a few people is that where you normally find the gear shift stock, you've got windshield wiper stuff. Obviously, if you look around, you're like, okay, down here, there's no gears. It must be this thing. And of course it's not, it's this thing right here. So I guess you have some security by obscurity there. On the other side, stock, you have lights. I do like Volkswagen's placement of force touch buttons here. So you're driving down the road, you want to hear bigger volume or change station or change view. And then on the left side, you have all of your traffic aware cruise control and lane keep stuff, which works pretty well. There are some nuances there. We'll take a more in-depth look in the longer review. Another nice thing is I'm told that these USB-C ports can handle 4.5 watts each. So that's going to be enough power to power a tablet or even keep your laptop running. It might not charge your laptop, but you can kind of run your laptop off of that. Then there's two more in the rear, so that's 4 altogether. They're all USB-C. If you have USB-A stuff, you might want to get some adapters for getting this. So let's take a look around the rest of the car. Pretty typical stuff. So I will say, look, I just I own the Model Y there. I was just in a Mustang Mach-E. I kind of like the return to normalcy here. You know, the door feels normal. Like, you don't have to guess what is the door handle. You know it's this. Also, there's some interesting things like mood lighting down here. And then across the top of here, right below the windshield, there's another light that comes on if you're about to hit somebody. It's red. If you're charging, it's green, and it changes color. So those are all nice touches. I think they did a really good job with the interior. It's not, it's not super luxury. These are not like high-grade plastics, or I guess you would want something better than that in a luxury car, but it does feel solid. Like all around, the door closes solid. Everything's pretty solid. Space you got in the back, kids love it. Plenty of room. I would say pretty easy for adults. Take a look at myself here. I'm 6 foot. My knees don't even, we got a couple inches, and I've got about, I would say 4 inches to my head. The roof actually looks like it's solid, but it's actually a glass roof with this fiber covering that comes off. All right, so this is going to be very anticlimactic for most EV drivers. It looks like an engine. It's got windshield wiper fluid and a bunch of stuff you're not supposed to touch. There's nowhere to put anything, so no frunk space on this one. We've taken a few drives before the snowstorm and after. Overall, I would say I really like it. It's I guess Volkswagen kind of said it best. This isn't a car for millionaires, it's a car for the millions. So they want to get this into as many hands as possible. They're putting it up against, instead of electric vehicles, they're putting it up against the internal combustion engine SUVs or CUVs in this kind of size range and price range. So I really like what VW is doing here. I think this is a great car. So we're doing the adaptive cruise control. It's kind of putting me a couple car lengths behind the person in front of me. I'm set at 62 miles per hour. This person's driving at 52. So we're just kind of hanging back here. It is doing steering, but it's telling me to take over the steering. You can tell the lines are pretty well drawn, so it's not a problem there necessarily. And that said, it is steering and keeping me in the lane. So we're not doing too badly here. But see, it's telling me to take over here on this turn, but it's actually turning. So I'm not sure what the problem is. I mean, we're going, all right, now it's emergency assist. Okay, now it started braking me. All right, so that was an issue, I guess. It's weird because it seems like it does fine. It can do fine. It knows what's up. We still have some snow from the car, on the car. So maybe one of the sensors is blocked or something. So when it says take over driving, it's actually just asking you to put your hands on the wheel. It's a little bit of a misnomer. Also, a nice thing is when there's a car in your blind spot, you got a little yellow light right there. That's been pretty reliable so far. I have to say overall, this is a great car. Not quite as peppy as a Tesla or even the Mustang. It's rear wheel drive only, which is not great in the winter time. VW has some US made all-wheel drive versions of this coming up soon. In addition to that, I think that the price with the $7,500 federal tax credit is going to be attractive. Tesla doesn't have that at this point, neither does GM. So those folks looking for a deal might want to jump on that. And I think that's it for today. We'll have a longer review at some point in the near future. This is Seth with Electrek, and this is the VW ID.4 First Edition. Thank you.